we have the transporter erector, which is also known as the TE or the strong back. It will start retracting away from the vehicle, and that's that large.
Falcon 9, thanks are pressurizing for strong back retract.
Good call out there. We're pressurizing in preparation for that strong back retraction. Again, that's that transporter erector, that structure there on your screen right next to the vehicle. It provides propellants and electricity to the rocket until just before launch. And we will first begin to see the clamp arms, which are just below the fairing, begin to open up. Once those clamp arms are fully open, then the TE can retract away from the vehicle.
Strong back retract has started.
There's that call out that it has now begun. And so we will see those clamp arms begin to open there on your screen. It'll be very slow and slight. But once again, once they are fully open, then the TE can recline just about a couple degrees away from the vehicle. And there you can see those clamp arms moving.
NLM, this is LD on Countdown Net.
This is NLM.
The NLM providing the status that the Falcon 9 is healthy and we're tracking no issues heading into launch. Can you provide a final verification status for your team?
NASA's go for launch.
Great, thank you.
And a quick poll there. Sounds like we are go for launch. And you can see that transport erector moving away from the vehicle. It'll be just 2 degrees. And then we can start pressurizing the vehicles coming up here shortly. But propellant is still loading on the vehicles. We're coming up on T-minus 3 minutes where liquid oxygen loading on stage 1 will complete here shortly.
Yeah, Jesse, as we said earlier, this is the third flight of this booster for the Falcon 9 rocket. Those brand new payload fairings that will be retrieved by Go Beyond downrange. Inside those fairings, as we just heard from the NLM, everything is go. The spacecraft are on internal power. Both SphereX and Punch are healthy, and we are ready to proceed to launch tonight.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
All right, and all that's left now is to finish loading liquid oxygen into the second stage. Again, we're targeting exactly 8, 10, 12 seconds for liftoff here from Vandenberg Space Force Base. Again, a beautiful wide shot right there of the launch pad. We'll stay with you until we deploy both SphereX and Punch in a sun-synchronous orbit around Earth. 2 really cool missions. Again, SphereX will deploy first, starting at about 40 minutes after launch, and then Punch's 4 spacecraft will deploy about 10 minutes after that in 2 batches. Now, as always, we're hoping for some great live views of all those deployments. Next call out we're expecting, again, in less than 10 seconds, that stage 2 LOX loading is complete.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
And there's that call out. Stage 2 liquid oxygen loading is now complete, which means that propellant loading is now complete on Falcon 9. That means 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen are loaded on the vehicle. And gas closeouts are in work now, and you can see some of those white clouds on your screen. That is us venting out the liquid oxygen lines from the transporter erector. And when that cold gas meets that warmer ambient air, it turns into condensation, almost like what you see when you get condensation on a cold glass of water. We're coming up on T-minus 1 minute where the internal flight computers will take over the launch countdown.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And there we heard in startup. So next up will be the go from launch director for SpaceX. This means that Falcon 9 will be ready for liftoff. Let's get ready to hear the go from SpaceX launch director for launch tonight.
LD is go for launch.
And there we hear the LD is go for launch, targeting a T0 at 8, 10, 12.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Range is go and weather is go.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go SpaceX, go Punch.
SpaceX and Punch on their way to map
Stage one
out
propulsion is
our
nominal.
universe like never before and revolutionize
Vehicles
space
pitching
weather
downrange.
forecasting.
We are T plus 30 seconds into flight, and we are currently firing all 9 of those M1D engines. And after about 50 seconds, we'll begin throttling down those engines, which slow the vehicle down just slightly in order to
Power
prepare,
and telemetry nominal.
for passing through max Q, and that is maximum aerodynamic pressure. That's the largest structural load that the vehicle will see during ascent, so slowing the vehicle down
Vehicle supersonic.
Slowing the vehicle down will reduce some of the loads that it experiences through max Q. That's coming up here in a few seconds.
Max Q.
Right on time. And now we have a few events that are coming up in quick succession, so we want to lay them out for you really quick. It's going to start with main engine cutoff. That's MECO, and that's when SpaceX shuts down all of its 9 engines on its first stage, which we are getting a great view
MVAC
down
kill.
the pipe right there. Shortly after that, Stage 1 and 2 will separate from each other, and then seconds later, the first stage will flip back towards Earth, while the second stage will continue on, igniting its MVAC engine. Now that call out is second engine start 1